Hi, I'm Garry Howard, Editor-in-Chief of Sporting News, and welcome to Sporting News One-on-One. Today, very lucky to have a very special guest with us, six-time NBA All-Star, won a national championship with the Boston Celtics in 1981, and he holds the record of leading the league in scoring and assists in the same season, a spectacular season with the Royals. Tony Archibald, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
NBA is coming down. We got 4 teams. I'd say 4 or 5 teams maybe in the East. Obviously, Miami Heat and LeBron James are on a roll. They've been playing extremely well. Who do you think can give them some trouble in the East?
I look at Indiana, the Pacers, young, energetic, playing well. Celtics if they catch him, but you know, I'm from New York. I'm looking at the Knickerbockers if they can stay healthy. Chicago is the team that I think in the East that plays the best defense, but Miami is just on a roll. It looks like the chemistry is there. I'm looking at Miami because of the chemistry and the way they trying to gap everybody.
But if you look at Indiana and how well they've been playing, Paul George is having an all-star year. He's playing like he's an all-NBA type of player. They rebound extremely well against Miami. They always outboard them. And they actually played pretty well against them head-to-head in last year's playoff matchup. Do you think there's any way they can go 7 games with Miami this year, considering the improvements that have been made with David West playing up front and how well he's been playing for Indiana?
Well, I think that any series, if you go 7 games, there's a chance for anybody to win. I just don't see it. Right now, Miami's in first, Indiana's in second, so when they meet, they're going to be meeting for the Eastern Conference crown. You got to win 4 games out of 7, and I think the way that Miami is playing now, will they get a chance to rest? That's the key thing, because when you come down to the playoffs, you stay with that team, injuries, not playing well, and right now, to me, out of all the teams, East and West, Miami, they got the confidence, they got the swag, and they just rolling on it. They rolling over teams.
They really are, and they're playing really well. Let's jump to the West. San Antonio's playing lights-out basketball. Then they lose Tony Parker for about a month. OKC with Kevin Durant and your man Russell Westbrook playing lights-out basketball. Denver's in the mix. LA Clippers have been playing really well with CP3, who was out a little bit. When it comes out to the West, who do you like?
San Antonio scares me if I was out in the West. OKC, young legs. You know, I hear a lot of comments on one guy. I tell people I played in that backcourt. I love Russell Westbrook's energy, his enthusiasm, and he's one of those guys. Okay, if I tell people if I really got into the NBA game, I would love everybody to play like him. Okay, because he plays with so much passion, and he has and nobody talks about it, but I think that he has something to prove. You know, people are always talking about he's not the key guy, somebody else is the key guy. He plays like I'm the key guy, and everybody has to play around me. But that's the kind of enthusiasm that you want all your players, and confidence that's the way you want all your players to feel that they have inside of them. I look at OKC maybe challenging San Antonio, but San Antonio.
Maybe the Clippers anyway. DeAndre Jordan, the way they've been playing real well. Blake Griffin and CP3 is just probably the best playmaking point guard that may be in the West because of his ability to put his teammates in position.
Let's make it this way. He's the best to me because everybody says about players and similarities. I think he's the best playmaker in the NBA. Oh, he's exciting. I don't think they have the components to beat San Antonio. With Tony Parker going down, that changes the demographics now. Will he be healthy when he comes back? But it looks like San Antonio never missed a beat, even though he was out. With Ginobili, you're talking about arguably the best forward center in the game. They have a team with so much chemistry in the West, even though they're older. If they have to beat somebody, it'll probably be OKC.
Okay, so we got OKC, San Antonio in the West, Indiana, maybe Miami. In the East, you're getting 1 team for the final on both the East and the West. Who do you take it?
I would take Miami. I think that they have the best play on the planet, and that's LeBron James.
No arguing here.
And he's a different type of player now because I think that when you look at the greats before him, you talk about Michael when he first came in the league, and I tell people, Garry, I was glad I was out because you know he played backcourt, forward, and also posted people up. And I couldn't imagine guarding Michael and he jumped over my head. Okay.
And that might have happened.
Yeah, it might have happened with me because I was a groundhog when I played. But having similarities like Michael, also like Kobe, that determination and that work habit, plus with the speed and the strength of LeBron James, I think he puts a different dimension in somebody that has to either guard him, and his defense got a lot better. And I think that after you get the first one, and I think that he has something to prove too. He's saying after I got the first one, he was very quiet and subdued about that. But I think he's looking.
Humble.
I think he's looking for more. He was humble, Garry, but I think he's looking for more, and he wants to shut up all the critics, not by talking, but by his game actions.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Miami Heat, LeBron James, 6'8", 250-pound of power and finesse. Nate Archibald says that's the team to beat this year. Thanks for joining us here at Sporting News. We'll see you the next time.